Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to OG Reflections, my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, then I'm an English writer, an English teacher, and a content creator online. I like to spread my knowledge, my experience, my thoughts with the world. So please, it would really help me if you could like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all the other content as well. Okay, so Bismillah. Today I have something I wanted to talk about, which is AI. AI, to be honest, has become incredibly realistic and incredibly scary. I was watching a video a couple of days ago, and it's amazing what they do with this AI, right? But it's going to reach a point where you don't actually know what is real and what is fiction, right? Anyway, the video was because I like animals, right? So it was just a random video, I guess, of a guy. He had a microphone or whatever. Of course, it's AI, right? And he's having an interview with animals, right? So he's talking to the animals, and he's talking to a lion, and the lion's talking in English, right, in a South African accent, right? And he's talking to the monkey, and he's talking to the zebra, talking to giraffe, talking whatever, talking to the animals, and every animal is talking as if it's real, you know. Anyway, obviously it's a comedy video, but it was so realistic, and it's so uncanny to the untrained eye, right? So anyway, this is now in 2025. If this AI continues, if there is a future, right? Like, imagine what's going to be like in 50 years, right? Obviously, because every now and then there's a new update or a new generation or whatever. Anyway, whilst watching this video, and obviously I've seen a lot of different AIs and stuff like that, obviously, it's become incredibly popular. But whilst watching this video specifically, I remembered a saying for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and if I'm not mistaken, it's an authentic hadith. But it says, "لا تقوم الساعة حتى تكلم السبع الناس," right, or something to that effect. Meaning, what, the hour does not come, right? The final hour, the day of judgment, does not come until animals talk to people, right? Now, whilst watching this video, I was like, okay, well, maybe that's it. Of course, this could be just incredibly superficial. I don't know. I mean, obviously, animals have been talking to people in cartoons anyway, and Lion King and all of this stuff. But the point is, this is incredibly realistic, right? And I think this is the first time something like this happens, right? That, I don't know. Imagine, like, if there's a baby, right? If a baby just born nowadays, and he's watched a video like that, he's watched a video like that, and he sees a video like that for the first time, he might actually think that it's real. If he's never seen animals before, if he's never seen lions or tigers or whatever in real life, he doesn't know that they are animals. Then they might actually believe that this is actually true. And this is talking now 2025. So imagine after 50 years, where things might become incredibly realistic, where you don't know, right? That there's going to be a very thin line between reality and fiction, and that is why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu also said that at the end times, right, or one of the signs of the days of judgment, that the liar will be believed and the honest will be seen as a liar. Okay, so things have changed, right? 180 degrees shift, where people don't know, right? And I'm a teacher, right? And I deal with kids all the time, and I deal with students all the time. And every year I deal with students that could be even younger, right? I teach, believe it or not, 5-year-olds. Okay, so after a while, honestly, they might feel as if what is reality, what is fiction, we won't know the difference. That is number one. Number two, also, another verse that comes to my mind, because ChatGPT, for example, or all these applications, a lot of YouTubers, mashallah akbar, have converted or have become Muslim or have become believers in God, simply because they have conversations, and they post them online, right? Conversations with ChatGPT, right? This initially started like Siri and Alexa and all of this stuff, right? But they get like their phone, for example, and they talk to ChatGPT, right? And they ask them questions, and they say that it's trying to be objective. The ChatGPT, for example, or whatever these applications that they're using are being objective, and objectively they're giving them answers that are inclined towards Islam, right? So they're giving them a lot of these answers that seem as if Islam is the truth, right? And you're saying, okay, well, so there's a robot There's a robot that believes in God, and there's a robot that believes in Islam, and there's a robot that believes in the Quran. That's interesting. Is it interesting? Is it like that, or is just the ChatGPT is just trying to feed you what you want, right? Feeding the machine, because maybe these robots essentially, right? These robots, these machines, these technologies, they sort of have an imprint already. They know who we are, so they're just going to give us the answer that we want. Again, proving what? Proving that later in the future we won't really know what is reality, what is fiction. Okay, it's just going to give us the answers to trick us. Okay, and we're going to believe it, right? Especially kids, especially teenagers, especially young people. They're going to see this for the first time and they say, "Oh, that's right, that is true." So they're just going to take it for granted and believe it 100, 1,000,000%. Um, anyway, this reminds me of a verse because I was, as I said, I watched a lot of videos where there's a YouTuber called Lily J, for example, or other YouTubers, mashallah, but they talk to ChatGPT and they ask them just philosophical, religious questions or whatever, and they seem to give them answers related to Islam. Anyway, this reminded me of a verse in Surah An-Naml. وإذا وقع القول عليهم أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. Right? وإذا وقع القول, when the time has come, or when it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's time to decree it, أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض. Dabba could mean an object, could mean something. I don't know the exact word for it, but dabba means it stomps on the ground. Okay, so an object, a thing, a creature, okay, a creation will come out from the land. تكلم الناس, talk to the people, right? Talk to the people. أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. That, and it's going to talk to people and tell people that they did not believe in God's signs. That's very interesting because ChatGPT or AI, if it's objective and if it really believes in God, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. It could be something like that, right? Obviously, there are hadiths, there are prophetic sayings that say, this dabba is going to be a creature, it's an animal, and it looks like whatever, and it's hairy, and blah blah blah, and it looks like something whatever, blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay, if these are the prophetic sayings, then yes, okay, we shall agree. But it's just very interesting because this is literally what ChatGPT is doing. This is literally what AI is doing nowadays with some people, right? Talking to people, telling them, no, you need to believe in God. You need to, uh, have reasoning. You need to go back to religion, to peace, to all of this stuff. Interesting, right? And the word Debba, as we said, means it stomps on the ground. So it's gonna maneuver, right? It's going to move all over and travel all over the world, basically, all over the planet. I don't know. ChatGPT, technology, AI, social media, all of this stuff seems like something that is a good contender. Um, Allahu Alam, I don't know. Should we take it metaphorically? Should we take it literally? These verses? I don't know. Anyway, but the point is, ChatGPT or AI or all of this stuff, because it's become realistic, because it's becoming realistic, and sometimes because it's becoming too accurate, right? Sometimes that in itself is the scary part, right? That in itself is the scary part because we're gonna take it for granted, we're gonna believe it, and we just don't know what's gonna happen next. So yeah, what do you think of ChatGPT? What do you think of AI? And how do you use them? For example, do you use them at work? Do you use them in your studies, for example? Is it 100% totally dependent on it, or do you use other things as well? I'd like for you to share your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. And that's us for today. Please make sure to check out all the rest of my content online. So that's us. Thank you very much. Good, good, good.